Hey everyone, what's up? We're reviewing the first Austin and Ally episode entitled Rockers and Riders. I'm Rollercoaster Rider, and why don't you be like the cool kids and do what the cool kids are doing? No, not what those kids are doing. Why don't you subscribe to my YouTube channel?
Sounds good.
There you can get tons of Austin and Ally reviews, you can get Jesse reviews, you can get Bizarrevark reviews. We're even planning Ant Farm, Best Friends Whenever, Dog with a Blog, Sam and Cat.
I don't even know some of them.
You will. Anyway, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kay. How are you guys doing today?
And as we said, we're reviewing the first episode of Austin and Ally. The characterizations are very in this episode. For example, Trish has 4 jobs in 5 days.
Yeah.
She works at the cupcakes. She works at a cupcake store, a magic store, a pet store. Didn't she work at a 4th one? Oh well. And the 4th one is that she's going to be Austin's manager. Spoiler alert.
Isn't that the 5th? You said cupcake.
Yeah, I
magic,
thought there was a 4th
pet.
one. I thought there was a 4th one, but apparently there's. I thought there was a 5th one. Turns out there's only 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, Austin is playing drums and Des is filming him. He's using corn dogs, and he's
As drumsticks.
yeah, and he says that he's an experienced musician. Like he can play almost any instruments, and he even does like the William Tell song, by playing a trumpet with another trumpet.
Yep. Through a trumpet. Yep.
And then Allie ends up on a date with a old lady to go see a movie.
Yes, because Trish was moving too fast.
Yeah, Trish moved and she was like, "So we're still up for the movie?" That sounds lovely.
Yeah. And that same old lady ends up with a harmonica in her dentures.
In her throat.
Yeah, in her dentures throat.
And then Des plays her like
He's
an
trying to do
accordion.
the Heimlich, and she's like, "Redeem, redeem." Yeah.
Yeah, it plays like how you'd hear an accordion like and then Austin.
Then she finally spits him out.
Yeah, Austin hears a kind of a gross gag. Austin hears very gross gag. Austin then hears Allie performing the song Double Take. However, it's very slow, and he says you gotta speed it up a little bit. Like, I wanna know your name.
And she didn't even sing that many lyrics of the song for.
I have to imagine that he had been listening for a while.
He was at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Can't read signs. Do not play the drums.
He can. He just doesn't. He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
So then he takes the song, and Des directs a music video for it, Double Take, where it has 5 Austins.
Drum player, guitar,
another
piano,
guitar,
keyboard, yeah,
and singer.
Singing, yep.
And then he's being interviewed by Entertain Me Tonight, which, if you saw the Crybabies and Cologne, that's kind of a recurring thing, an obvious parody of Entertainment Tonight.
Yep. It was an overnight internet sensation, except for he said it took.
It was two
nights.
2 nights, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was booked on The Helen Show live, and The Helen Show is, should we say what it's obviously a parody of?
Yeah, why not?
It's a reference of The Ellen Show, and you can tell it because the woman has short blonde hair, and she's always dancing.
Right, and she wears her shirt outside of the sweater.
She's wearing sweater vests and stuff.
Yeah, with shirt tails and yeah.
So then he performs the Double Take song, and and Allie and Trish want to try to expose him as a cheater. Let's kind of go back a little bit. After the success of the song, they started doing a bunch of Austin merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Including using his sweat to make cologne.
Yep. Blah.
Spraying, and with Des spraying it into Trish's mouth.
Her face, and it got in her mouth.
Ugh, I really don't like you. Or I really hate you.
Yeah. And then there was the Austin pillow.
Let's see, an Austin doll.
Austin lunchboxes.
Austin peanut butter, chunky and smooth.
Smooth, creamy. And then last but not least...
Oh yeah, an Austin foam machine.
Yeah.
Which... Huh? Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so then Allie says, you have to tell people that's not your song. You have to correct this. You have to reveal yourself. And he offers to say like, hey, what if I get you a life-size Austin chocolate? Austin chocolate.
Right. And
With-
Trish is like, okay, she'll take a bite.
No, she said, okay, is that milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Yeah,
I'd want it to be milk chocolate. You?
dark.
Milk chocolate with caramel for me.
Yep, dark chocolate, sea salt.
To
It could
each
have almonds, it could have whatever in it.
to each their own.
Cherries, strawberries,
To each their own.
caramel, honey, whatever. Yum.
Anyway, when Trish is clearly a fan of the song because she bought the Austin doll, and she has the double take part as her ringtone,
Yeah.
she's like,
Ooh.
what? It's a catchy song!
Yeah.
So then they decide...
Austin's on the show.
Yeah, they decide to try to, expose him and, because it's being presented live.
But then Helen wants him back the next day. So he kind of said that he's got lots of songs.
Can you repeat that again?
Helen wants him back the next day to sing in another original song.
Because he said, oh yeah, I've got plenty of original songs. But the problem is that he can't write any songs, and so he says, this, what he writes is, I don't want, this song needs to be so long. Song. With just saying he added that last part.
So he really needs Allie's help.
Mm-hmm. So he then talks about how he's a weasel and not a cuddly weasel, but a song-stealing weasel.
Yeah.
Which is what Allie described him as.
Yep.
And saying how his father thought that music wasn't gonna work and that it was a 1 in 6 zillion chance.
Big dreams.
Mm-hmm. So she does kind of warm up and she says okay, fine, we'll write a song together. And so then when they're writing the song together, she's kind of depressing, which is weird because she's usually very happy and cheerful.
Mm-hmm.
But the songs were my heart is crying tears.
Yeah, well,
And then there's
he
another-
asked what she already had written.
And then there's another one where it's the dark of my heart or something like that. It was another depressing one where it's wow. and so they then two of the lines that I thought were funny when he was saying close your eyes and try to visualize this, visualize a room full of cheerleaders. She was like, I don't think that's my fantasy, or I don't think that's good.
Room full of pickles, maybe.
And then she talks about, and then he says okay, you're on a beach. You, sand everywhere. Does that guy have to wear a thong?
Yeah.
Which I think was the first time they ever said thong on a Disney show. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
And I would find that frightening. You?
Yeah.
No offense.
Ugh.
Let's see what else. Oh, that's the first time where she says don't touch my book.
Yeah. He asks her to close her eyes.
And he tries to take it, but she does don't touch my book.
Yeah.
And then Austin is you know what? We've got to fun you up. So then he puts on spinning strobe lights. He plays techno jazz dance music. And then Trish and Des come out doing each having their own moment to shine with a solo dance number.
Yep.
Light on their feet.
Yeah.
And so through a montage, they work through the night and they are able to come up with their next song. Do you remember what it's called?
No. Just what happens. on
Untitled
stage.
Second Song. So then, oh yeah, you remember what happens on stage. And then Allie says, "Come on, Austin, you've only got an hour before the Helen show." And he says, like, "I want you to go with me. Um, let's see. I want you to go with me." Um, and he says, like, "Allie, my drummer's
No, my piano player.
my piano player's sick, so you have to do it." And so she's gonna play the piano behind the curtain because she has stage fright.
Right.
And then Austin says, like, my song partner or my songwriter Allie Dawson, she also wrote my last song. And so as she's playing the piano, he says, "Here she is." And so they open the curtain revealing Allie. And then um a huge like thing happens where essentially the entire studio just crushes to the ground, basically. Like, all of the pillars fall, all of the curtains fall, everything falls. Should we say what happened with the date with the old lady, or should
Well,
we?
she has a drum on her head.
She puts a drum on her head, and that's how all of this happens.
Yes, so she didn't know where she was like going. She
And
was
then-
crawling and then walking into stuff.
And then she then takes off her head, and in like a really cute way, is like looking, is like, and then she puts
Her
the
head back on and crawls off stage.
Yeah. Let's not say what happens with the grandma, because I thought that was a pretty funny story.
Okay.
Then Allie goes into the writing room that they were in, and then it looks significantly different. Like, there's like a bumper car, there's like a bunch of pickles, there's Austin pillows. I think there's like a jukebox or something,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a ton of stuff. And he's
And what were they riding in?
that was a bumper car.
Oh, bumper car. Okay.
And Allie is like, "What is this?" And he says, "Well, if we're going to be up here a lot, I
You
thought,
partners.
yeah,
you
thought
write
make it a little
songs.
more fun." So,
You said he bought it with what he made off the show.
and including like a big piano, which is what she wanted. And then she was like, "So I get to hang out with you more now?" And he says, "Yeah, we're perfect. You can write songs, but you have stage fright. I can't write songs, but I love them. I love the attention." And so she says yes. Trish becomes the manager because, according to Austin, her resume was 8 pages.
Long.
How long is your resume?
Mine's only 2.
Mine would be 5 sentences,
Mm.
if
Okay.
that. And this would count as one of them. So then, Allie kind of gets her revenge on Austin after Austin reveals that her appearance on the Helen show, including throwing up on Helen, was the
Number 1.
number one video. And so she presses the foam thing, which like splashes Austin.
Yep.
And then, if I were to guess, Dez probably ad-libbed this part because he decided to do it too.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, Trish in the background, she was, like, laughing. Allie kept her composure, though. So, what did you think of the first episode?
It was very active.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that started the show. So
Yeah.
it must have gotten a lot of views. I mean, otherwise Disney wouldn't have put the money into the show.
They were probably contracted to do at least, like, 10 or 13 episodes, probably.
So I thought it was pretty good.
Um,
It gave you kind of a synopsis, a beginning of what the show might include. So
who was the MVP?
Okay. I'd say maybe Austin,
Yeah.
Allie,
Austin or Allie, one of
Yeah.
those two.
and that's who the show's named after.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Not to say Trish and Des weren't bad. Did you have a favorite line?
Not that I could think of.
My favorite line was when she was telling her dad, I've got a date Saturday with an old grandma to see a movie." Or I've got a date this weekend I've got a date tonight with the grandma with an old lady to see a movie. Or, I've got a date with an old lady on Saturday. Long story. That was probably one of my favorite lines. Also where Trish says, "Okay, has anyone seen a snake about this long?"
Yeah, from the pet store. Not saying it's poisonous.
It might be.
It could be, yeah.
So yeah, that was another one of them.
And the cupcake, the first one that she brought, Allie. Oh, I dropped that on the floor.
Would you tell people to see this episode? Because I would.
Yes, I think I would.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after seeing this and then seeing some of the other episodes that we saw, I think they would want to see a lot more.
It makes more... those episodes now make more sense referencing previous things. Like in real life, they kind of parodied the first time they met, but they added ninjas and like bombs and James Bond-like stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Disney Channel is re-airing the series in order, so look for a lot more episodes, right? And reviews?
Yep, go for it.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.